Alright people, so I've made the most controversial purchase that you can make in the fishing industry. Today my Tolson X boat has turned up and I thought I'll give you a little look at it. As you can see, I've not had it out of the wrapper yet. I've got home from work and it's here. I thought I'd open it up with you lot and anyone that's interested. Love them or hate them, I think they have a place in everyone's angling at one point or another. And I thought it was time to purchase one and give it a go myself. So I'm going to crack it open and we'll have a little look together. Hopefully it'll be helpful for anyone who's looking to purchase one or anyone who's just generally got an interest in them. So here we go. So this is a Tolson X boat 730 with the Tf640 fish finder. Seems to be quite well packaged. Comes in its own carrier bag. Some people might not be too keen because it's badged up with all the Tolson logo. I believe you can purchase a cold tackle bag, extra large size, that all this will fit in as well. This did come from Total Fishing Tackle, and to be fair, it's turned up in 3 days. So we'll crack it open and have a look. To be fair, the bag seems pretty good. It's not too bad. A bit soft, but it's got protection on it, and it's got little holes in the bottom for like a bit of airflow, which I don't see as a bad thing. It does come with some stickers. Whether you want to use them or not, I don't know. It's not something that really interests me, to be honest. It comes with this bag inside and a carry strap for the main bag. So first thoughts are it's actually quite light, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get it, because well, no one wants to carry it, the extra weight that they don't have to. What do we need to know? It's got little grippers on the bottom. It's got a nice bit of flow round by the bottom where the propellers are. Propellers are right in the back, so the propellers are right in here on the other side of the griddles. It's got double doors on the bottom, they're both metal. Now as far as I'm aware, they open up and they shut on the retrieval. I'm sure that bit on the bottom is going to be the echo sounder. On the top here you've got the bits for the aerials to go on, so they're going to do the controls and the echo sounder. It's going to be to retrieve your signal. You've got a power adapter to plug it in, so you can charge the batteries inside the boat on this. You don't have to take them out like you do on the cats. So that's quite useful if you've got mains with you. It's got a power on button and that's it. It's pretty straightforward. Two batteries that's about your lot really. It's got a light on the back, it's got a catch underneath here to put your rig on, and that'll drop your rig on its own. So if you want to drop your rig independently to your bait, you can do. If you like to fish your rig on the edge of the baited spot, then obviously this is going to be ideal. If you like to fish your hook bait on top of your baited spot, then you can put it inside the boat itself. So it's got lights on the back, lights on the front, and pretty sure you can turn these up and down depending on how bright you want them. Obviously during the day you can just switch them off and have them off so you can save on battery, and then just have them on in the evening when required. So I've already said it has got two hoppers, but what you can do is you can remove, there's like a plastic bit in here, the divider. This also comes out, and you can just make it as one single large hopper depending on how you wish to fish. So if you want to drop two baits, you can take one out, drop that off, to your second one, drop that off, and if you wish to just fish one bait, you can pull the middle centrepiece out, take it out, drop it as one whole lot, and I believe it takes around 5 kilos in this hopper, which is quite a lot of bait. So I think that's going to be about it for the boat really. There's not a lot else on it, and it seems to sit quite high, so I'm assuming it should sit quite high in the water. Until we get it out of the lake, we're not going to know. So what we'll do is we'll chuck this to one side and we'll have a look and see what's in the bag. I'm assuming that's going to be the fish finder, controller, and all them other fun bits and pieces. Right, so we've got the bag open. In here we've got a pair of batteries for the boat. Should be quite useful. I don't think it'll work too well without them. Also in here we've got the controller with nice pink levers on it. That is a fly sky, so if it does more boating than it does flying. So yeah, not a clue what any of the levers do. I'm sure we'll find that out as we go. There is a quick start guide in there with it for the receiver, so we'll have a flick through them, see if there's much in there. See a lot of Chinese writing. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, there is some English writing in there, so we can have a look at that at some point. No need right now. It's got a Tolson strap, I'm assuming probably clips onto the controller somewhere so you can hang it around your neck. Might be useful and save you dropping it. So two antennas, which I would assume one's going to go on the fish finder and one's going to go on the boat. Tolson fish finder, and the aerial does. The aerial goes on the back, the red plug on there just to keep it all clean, but see the antenna's going to go on there. This has got a power lead, I'm assuming it's got some sort of battery in there somewhere. Looks like it's got a battery in the back of it, so we'll have to get that charged up. That's the power supply for charging the battery by the looks of things, marked up as a Tf640 charger. Manual for the fish finder, manual for the boat, and then power supply with the adapter. It's a split adapter for charging both batteries at once. So you can charge them in the boat just using maybe not. Right, so it's come to light that I've only got a charger with the adapter to charge the batteries outside of the boat. Over and above that, I'll get it all charged up. I am out on the bank in a couple of days. I'm actually doing a week session on the bank, so it's going to be a good test. I'm going to get this in the water and we'll have a look at it then, give it a test, show you how it works, and hopefully that'll give you a much better idea rather than a rundown on my kitchen worktop. So next time you see the boat, it's going to be on the water. Cheers. Right guys, so we're down on the bank. I've been here all week and this boat has had a thorough test. I mean, I say a thorough test, it's been used and abused all week. I've got a lot better feel for it. You know, there's not really many bits that I don't like about it, but as you see when I opened it up indoors, I didn't really have a clue at all. It was literally straight out of the box and having a little look over. I've now had it on the bank for a week, give it a crack, and it all seems to be pretty good. So thought I'd just give you a little run through on how it actually operates, give you a little look as it goes out, all that fun stuff, in case maybe that sways you. I don't know, it seems pretty good. Not really had too many problems with it, not any really. It works. Yeah, it's least you expect when you pay that sort of money for a boat. Is there any bad points? Not really. I mean, the hydraulic doors in it, I mean, I guess they're a little bit of a pain, but that being said, you know, anyone who's had a microcat or used a microcat, things like that, you know, you put the doors up, they've got them little catch things that don't always hold. You put them in the edge and the flap bloody comes open and all your bait falls out 2 foot from the bank, and that is a lot more frustrating than keep having to turn things on and off and all that sort of stuff to get your doors open and shut. So I'll give you a quick run through in a way. Basic, if you've never used a boat before, some of this would be pretty common sense to you, some of it won't be. I personally haven't used the catch on the back to drop my baits. I like to try and get me bait as close to my baiting spot as I can. Obviously with a bait boat, everything is really tight and compact. Yeah, so I want my bait on it. I don't really want to be dropping it off the back of it in case it comes down a bit far away and they're eating your bait, all your freebies and not your actual bait. So anyway, doors are open because it's been used. Lead through underneath, lead on the side. Button in for a second, runs his little test. One gripe that I do have is the on and off switch on the controller, which is this one here, is pants. It just doesn't switch on, so the only way I find is to get a finger under it, push it up. This starts bleeping, comes up with a little sign that says place all switches in their position and lower the throttle. Give it a little blip down, back into central, and you're good to go. So this side does your hoppers, push it up and the hoppers will shut. They're now shut. So now what you need to do is just free your tubing in between the gap in the doors. Load your chosen bait. Which is a healthy helping of boilies this week. Rig. that on. Pull the tubing back to the weight sitting right at the back of the boat, and that's you ready to go. So the controller, left opens the left one, right opens the right one. If you want to open both at the same time, like I have, taken the centrepiece out that divides them, I'm just using it as a single hopper. It's left and then hold it right, and both open at the same time. Down releases the hook release on the back, and then on the right hand side you just got your general controls, forwards, backwards, left and right. One thing to be aware of is they are propellers, so when you put the boat into the water you need to hold your rod up in the air, holding your line tight so it comes out the top of the, right straight out the back of the boat nice and tight to get it going. If you've got a load of slack line underneath it and you go forwards, it will suck the line and your rig tubing into propellers. I'll be lying if I said I didn't do this the very first time I put it in the water. Chewed it all up, and yeah, I had to redo everything. So without further ado, let's get it in the water, see what happens. So as I said, hold the rod up so the line comes out of the water, send her away, get it going in the direction you want it, and then I always choose to put my rod tip down in the water, and then that sinks your line, and that will keep your line below the surface all the way over, so you're not having to try and bury it afterwards and potentially moving your lead. Drop the lead there, quick flick left and right, drops both bait, see the line pull off your rod, so you know your lead's gone, and then we'll just turn it round, bring it back to you, and while it's coming back to you all the controls are in reverse. As it comes in, slow it down, bring it in gently so we don't crash into the bank. There we go, returned. So now the boat's back, all we need to do is just turn it off. So with this, hold the button down for literally a second, release, the controller will start bleeping so you know it's off, lever off on the controller, job done. There's a little light around the button, this will pulsate and goes on and off probably about 3-4 times, and then it just cuts off. The boat is off, but it just for some reason pulses a few times, and that's it. So the bait boat in its entirety. I did have to fish finder with it. To be honest, it's not really a lot to show on there. I don't really know that much about it yet. I'll probably come back to you with a bit more of an in-depth review about that as I learn a bit more. I did have it out. It does work. It works absolutely fine. It's great for depths, but over and above a depth, I don't really know much more about it as of yet. So that's the X boat. Yeah, any questions let me know and I'll do my best to answer. Cheers guys.